Hey everyone, and welcome. Today, we're cackling a question that I get all the time, and it's a big one. When you're using Microsoft Teams, are those one-on-one chats you think are private actually private? I mean, this is the real question, isn't it? It's the modern version of whispering by the water cooler. You fire off a quick message to a work friend, venting a little, assuming it's just between the two of you. But could your boss or the company actually go in and read that? Now, I know you're probably hoping for a simple yes or no here, but the real answer is, well, it's a lot more complicated than that. And honestly, understanding the gray area here is absolutely key to communicating smartly at work. So let's get into it. Okay, so the entire answer to this question really boils down to one huge misunderstanding. And that's the difference between security and privacy. They sound like they could be the same thing, right? But in the corporate world, trust me, they are two completely different beasts. Think of it like a bank vault. Security is that giant, thick steel door. All the complex locks, the alarms, the whole shebang is designed to keep robbers out. Your stuff is secure. But privacy? That's about whether the bank manager has a master key and can decide to go into your specific safety deposit box. So the vault is secure from the outside world, but your box isn't necessarily private from the bank itself. See the difference? So when Microsoft talks about data protection, you'll hear this fancy term, enterprise data protection. Here's what you gotta know. That's a promise of security that Microsoft is making to your company. They're essentially telling your employer, hey, we will protect your corporate data from outsiders. They're not making a promise of privacy to you, the employee. And just look at what Microsoft actually promises. Data isolation, so one company can't see another's data. Encryption, so hackers can't read it if they get it. Physical security for their data centers. You see the theme, right? It's all about building that secure bank vault to protect the company's assets from people on the outside. Okay, so if the vault is so secure, how does the quote-unquote bank manager get in? Well, every company has a master key. Let's take a look at how they can actually use it. Any company using a platform like Microsoft 365 has access to some seriously powerful admin tools. And the most important one for our conversation is called e-discovery. That's short for electronic discovery, and you can basically think of it as a super-powered search engine for all of the company's data. It's designed for legitimate reasons, like HR investigations or legal cases. So here's how it works in practice. Let's say there's some kind of internal issue. The legal team makes an official request. Then an IT admin who has the right permissions goes into the e-discovery tool and runs a search for keywords across, well, everything. Emails, documents, and every single private Teams chat. The system then finds all the relevant conversations and spits them out in a report for the HR or legal team to read. Just like that, your private chat is now part of an official company record. Now, you might be thinking, okay, that sounds like it only happens in some really extreme situations. But the biggest risk isn't always a nosy boss actively trying to snoop on you. Sometimes the real danger is a complete accident, like a digital landmine just waiting for someone to step on it. So let's imagine a scenario here. Let's meet John. He's a totally normal employee, works on the sales team, just doing his job. But here's the problem. Because of a tiny mistake someone made years ago when setting up his account, John unknowingly has permission to access a highly sensitive HR folder. He has absolutely no idea, and he's never even tried to look in there. Then, the company rolls out a shiny new AI tool, like Microsoft Copilot. John, just playing around with it, asks a pretty harmless question about the CEO. But here's the crucial part. The AI has the exact same permissions that John has. And because John's account has access to that secret HR folder, the AI tool does exactly what it's told. It scans everything it can see, including that folder, and reveals that the CEO just got a 200% pay raise during a year when nobody else got one. Yikes. That is a massive privacy breach. And it happened not because someone was snooping, but because of bad data management and a powerful new tool. And this is the point I really want you to get. The danger isn't just about someone deciding to read your chats. It's that all your communications are stored as company data. And just like any other data, it can be mismanaged, have the wrong permissions, and get accidentally exposed in a flash. So this brings us all the way back to our original question. Now that we understand this whole security versus privacy thing, and we see how people can get access, what's the final straight-up answer? Here it is. Your team's chats are secure. Microsoft has built an amazing vault to keep them safe from hackers and competitors. But, and this is a big but, they are absolutely not private from your employer. Your company holds the master key. They own the data, and for all sorts of legal or HR reasons, they can and will access it. So, what do you do now? With all this in mind, what's the one single rule you should take away from this? How should you change the way you talk at work starting today? It's this simple. From now on, treat every single message you type in a work tool, Teams, Slack, email, I don't care what it is, as if it could be printed on a giant billboard right outside your office building. Because it's company property, on a company system, and it is searchable. If you wouldn't want the whole world to see it, just don't write it down. Think of it less like a private chat and more like a permanent company memo.